What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is episode 3 of my box tour, and we are just gonna go full in on the Kanto starters. This is the other Kanto starter that I have in my box that I have been using for quite a while. This is Goal Getter, my Charizard, named after the battle item in Pokemon Unite that many Charizard players seem to run, and it's very suboptimal, and I think that fits this guy very well. He was the last of my Kanto starters to hit the 1,000-hour ribbon, but he has gotten it, and as you can see, he is only level 49. He is not yet fully invested up until level 60, but as I will show you in this video, I plan on getting him there, even if he's a little bit subpar. So he is our AAC Charizard with sausage herbs. He's got skill trigger, ingredient finder, with a hasty nature. So we've got the double ingredient finder, but we don't have any speed, and that seems to be where this guy tends to fall off. Again, he was an early catch. This way. This is the direction that it's showing up. He was an early catch. September 1st, 2023. So another one of those Pokemon that I caught early and I started using because I got a Charmander and I wanted to start using my Charmander, and I wasn't paying much attention to the sub skills or the nature or anything like that, but it could be worse. If you saw the Blastoise video as well, the previous video that I posted, it could be worse. Like, I could have found something way worse, because Goal Getter, my boy, the man that you are, you have done me well for the time that I have had you. So, let's take a look at how he is rated. I have him set up in here with all of his skills. We're going to take a look at his ingredient count here. Just looking at ingredient count A. Again, you know, I could look at ingredient count B as well, but I just kind of want to show you what the calculator is saying it is. So even if I did plug it into the calculator when I first got it, or was trying to rate these Pokemon at all, you can see that it's still rated very highly with the ingredient finder M. So at level 30, obviously the quiet-natured one would be the best, but he's not too bad. Like, he's not lagging behind too far. At level 30, he could be producing about 100 sausage, but 72 is okay. He's doing fine. He's lagging a little bit behind, but he's doing okay. 114 versus 83. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. Again, today me would probably take a look at this Charizard and be like, I don't know, maybe we look around for a different one, look around for a mono option. But he does what he needs to do for the time being. And actually my plan is to continue to invest in him because of that level 60 ingredient slot being herbs. Let me talk about why. Here's my production comparison. As you can see, this Char, hello, I would love to use the website. If I invest him all the way up here, 2,000-hour ribbon, the best he can be, 57 sausage, 49 herbs. I'll take it back down to 1,000 just to see what the best that I've got is at the moment when I do get him to level 60. Take a long time to get it to 2,000 hours. 56 sausage and 48 herbs. If we take a look at the ingredients needed, 48 herbs, not enough to cover Inferno Corn Keema Curry, and 56 sausage, not enough to cover Inferno Corn Keema Curry. So unlike Blastoise with the Dream Eater Butter Curry, Charizard can't do this by himself, which kind of sucks. But lucky for me, I have a Corn Dragonite that is very good, that does supplement the rest of these herbs and makes the corn. And I have a lot of berry farmers that make sausage as a supplement, so with a little bit of overstocking, I can very easily pull off Inferno Corn Keema Curry. That's the reason why I am planning on investing still with this Charizard, just because the Inferno Corn Keema Curry is kind of on the horizons for me. There's nothing that I can strive more in the curry list, because I don't have enough, like, resources to get this amount of beans. I don't have enough resources to get this amount of leeks, but I do have the resources to make Inferno Corn Keema Curry work. So that is my plan. With a pot expander or with a good camp ticket, this is definitely feasible with this Charizard at level 60. Taking a look at the rest of the curry list in the top couple dishes, it can do Spicy Leek, it can do Dizzy Punch curry by itself, it can do the sausage needed for Ninja Curry as well. For the salad list, I can't do this amount of sausage, but at the moment I don't really have anything that can reach the amount of ingredients needed to make this, so I'm not thinking about it too much anyway. It can make the amount of sausage needed for the Petal Blizzard Layered Salad, which is the salad I'm starting to kind of work towards on my list, hoping to get the resources to be able to make this. So what was the amount of sausage? 56. 12 times 3 is 36. The Charizard can make this sausage at level 60 with enough to supplement, throw some herbs in there. It can also make this Slowpoke Tail Pepper Salad the amount of herbs, but I don't have a tail farmer. So salads with this Charizard, the only option I really have is this Petal Blizzard Layered Salad if I wanted to run the Charizard for salad weeks, which I might consider. Desserts, this guy can't touch, so desserts is over. The reason I'm mainly looking at investing in this Charizard is because I'm setting up a team for this specific curry. Let's look at some of my other options. So these two here are some other options that I have for sausage. This is my Beware. He's currently at level 30, but if I were to bring him to level 60, I have another Corn Beware as well that was a temp investment. He would be making me 90 sausage a day. So, taking a look back at the Inferno Corn Keema Curry, at the cut Sukiyaki Curry, at this, there's more than enough sausage that this Beware brings in to be able to make all of those dishes. But again, this is a very long-term plan to be able to make every dish. For my goal right now, obviously he's staying in my box, but the Beware is not on the horizon to be fully invested up to level 60. Not until my Dragonite, who has corn, is invested in level 60, will I be using Beware candies for anything that isn't a corn Beware. Not that I'm really using candies to begin with, but he is my future option for sausage specifically. But for now, I'm okay with where Goal Getter is at. This is another Charmander that I caught. He is currently a Charmander. Let me bring him up. He is currently a Charmander, and I considered a temp investment in him for Ginger. Now, if I did do this, if I brought him up to, well, bringing him to level 60 would get me 76 sausage, which it's more than this, but it's still not enough to make these, like, top tier dishes. It's enough for Inferno Corn Keema Curry. Is it enough for the ginger here? 76. How many ginger do we need? 12. So it needs 36 ginger. It's not quite enough ginger. And 24 times 3 is less than 75. So it would be enough sausage. I would need to supplement a little bit more ginger. So it could do that too, and I would need an herb solution that I do not have. But I do have a ginger solution in my ABC Meowscarada. That's going to be a fun episode when I get to talk about him. So this one I kind of have in case I need some ginger supplemented. Let's take a look at if I took off his 2,000 hour. I was just full investing him up. If I took off all his ribbons, brought him to level 30 as a temp investment, he gets me 43 ginger per day and 21 sausage. So it could be a pretty decent idea for a temp invest to just get some extra ingredients and be able to cover the ginger for Inferno Corn Keema Curry and have the sausage here, enough herbs. Then the only issue would be grabbing this extra corn. There's a lot of options. I can overstock it and whatever. So this isn't out of the question to temp invest it to level 30, but I'm mainly focusing on getting this guy to level 60, which isn't going to be that hard with the resources that I do have. As you can see, I have 563 candies at level 49, and he has the EXP nature up. And I definitely don't mind throwing some handy candies in him. So these two that I set up here are Charizards that would be the most optimal. This is kind of the most optimal AAC Charizard, 2000 hour ribbon, level 60 with the best sub skills in nature, 65 herbs versus 48, 76 sausage versus 56. It is a significant difference. It is a significant difference. But if I did spend my whole life chasing the best Charizards, then I would never get there. So, just kind of showing once again that not everybody's box has the most optimal situations going on. And this is what I've got. And this is what I'm working with. Same with this guy, 151 sausage. If I had a mono option, that was the best it could possibly be, which covers basically everything. But looking at the dish that takes the most sausage, which is Defiant Coffee Dressed Salad, I can't do math in my head. 84 is the most needed. Nothing can cover this except ABB Beware and Mono Charizard. So an ABB Beware can cover this amount for Defiant Coffee Dressed Salad. It can cover the amount for anything on the board, but then there's other ingredients to worry about. And I think that's something that people don't think to... Let me leave this up for a second. I don't think people think too much about the ingredients needed in a day and how much of your team it takes up to be running 4 mono slots. Like, yes, Beware with ABB can cover the amount of sausage for this dish, and this dish. Take the most amount of sausage on the board. But then I need something to make 82, right? 82 leeks. And also, I can't do this kind of math. There's a 66, more than 66, 72, I don't know. A lot, above 70, honey, as well as the amount of eggs. Same here. Something that makes a ton of coffee, a ton of oil, and a ton of potatoes. And then all day, you're running 4 ingredient farmers, and this production accounts for the full 24-hour day. I don't have the premium version, so I can't alter it, but it's 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. So this is a full 24 hours that this is expected to produce. This isn't half the day that you're running them and then you can swap to a berry team at night. You need to be running these 24/7 to be making the best meals, which is why I feel like stocking a little bit, running a mixed list with some supplementary ingredients. It doesn't take up as much of your team, which is why I have kind of not put everything I have into collecting mono options. A little bit of a rant aside. I had a moment there where I was only hunting mono options because I started getting into Pokemon Sleep YouTube, and it was very much like, hunt mono options because you know that's what you're getting. But I found that I really do like the mixed ingredient list, and I still seem to be able to get a good amount of progress with what I have. So that's my mixed ingredient list rant. And again, not everybody is going to have the most optimal Pokemon ever. A lot of us are working with Pokemon that we early invested without really knowing too much about the game, and it's still fine. And I still love Goal Getter, my little Charizard, and he's going to help me make Inferno Corn Keema Curry when I get the Dream Shards and the resources to be able to get him to level 60. So, that's the Kanto starters. If you didn't see the first 2 episodes of touring my box, had to check out my cracked Venusaur and my pretty decently okay Blastoise. And that's all I've got for you this time. Look forward to the next tour of the next Pokemon that I start talking about in my box, and I will see you all next time. Bye!